Okay, and now we will actually switch over to English because we have a dear visitor from a neighboring country. So I'm presenting to you Savosolar and CEO Jari Varjotie. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. After a few years, it's really nice to be in Stockholm. Actually, I just discussed today that it was 2019 I was last time in Stockholm. And maybe a reason for that, it was 1:45 that Lars from here called me that, are you coming here? I was 10 minutes away only, so I've been running here. So anyhow, now here. Great to see people also meet and be physically here, be able to present things here to live people, and also greetings to people who are following this now online. My presentation today is about maybe one of the most significant things that has happened throughout Savosolar's history. So I'm going to talk about the merger that's about to be closed tomorrow, merger between Savosolar, sustainable shipping company Meriaura and biofuel company EcoFuel. I have 3 sections in my presentation. So first combination shortly, then a bit more about the combined company, and then the timeline, what we are doing next. So let's start and go forward about the combination in the briefly. So the logic behind the merger is to help our customers in their green transition projects. In the current situation in the world, there's a huge demand for clean, renewable energy in energy sector, for example, demanding more clean heat, or also in the transportation sector, more and more companies are asking for low carbon or green shipping also, maritime shipping. This is something we will be able to offer together, and meaning answering better to the growing demand of green transition of our customers' businesses. With this transaction, Savosolar gets with VG Shipping an experienced and successful long-term committed anchor owner, which naturally substantially strengthens the company altogether. After the merger, company has also significantly stronger financial capacity, which naturally makes us more credible towards the customers and enables faster growth. For the shareholders, this merger adds value. First of all, the company grows significantly, so there will be a completely new business segment here, which already is a large and profitable business. And we would be also able to expand our clean energy business to other segments more, let's say, easier or better than we have been able to do it earlier. So this will give to our shareholders access to 2 very interesting business areas, growing renewable energy and then lucrative maritime logistics, marine logistics. The transaction significantly strengthens our company's equity and balance sheet, and also the cash flow situation. On the right, you can see the numbers, how the valuation was calculated. And if we think about the recent development of the market, I think that the value add is also seen in the market value at this moment. The customers' benefits will come from the fact that as a larger combined company, we are able to offer even wider and more tailored renewable energy solutions to meet the customer needs. It has been all the time questioned that customers are asking more and more things from us, and we have been saying, no, we deliver only the solar thermal, not heat pumps or not large ground storages or PV panels, but that might change in the future. So the offer wider and more tailored renewable energy solution applies both to the energy sector and also the marine logistics. And since we have a combined company, the customers with a stronger financial capacity strength, the customers see us as a more credible supplier. If you think about the company buying an energy system, they will use 20-25 years. They definitely would like to see a strong company that is delivering it, and this is making it possible, improving that situation from our point of view. Here is the summary how the transaction is done. So Savosolar acquires Meriaura and its subsidiary VG Ecofuel from VG Shipping. And for that, there will be a directed share offering to VG Shipping, which owns all the shares of Meriaura. So with this, VG Shipping will become the majority owner of the group. And VG Shipping is actually owned 85% by one man, the founder of Meriaura, Mr. Jussi Mälkiä. So he owns 85% of VG Shipping by directly himself or through his other company. So on the right side, you see the scheme. So in the combined company, VG Shipping will own about 72% of the company, and the existing shareholders will own 28% of the company. Here is also good to comment that VG Shipping's target is to decrease the ownership in the future. And these shares will also be, or the company will be continue to be listed in the First North, Stockholm and Helsinki. Now a bit more about the merged company. So the combined company will have two different separate business units, renewable energy and marine logistics. So the renewable energy business, you know, who have been with us or listening to us earlier pretty well. So we help communities and companies to decrease their CO2 emissions by clean, renewable heat, meaning delivering large-scale solar heating system for district heating and industrial customers. Of marine logistics, I will have a few slides more later in the presentation. At this point, it's good to note anyhow that the pro forma income statement from January, June this year, so if the transaction would have happened already in the beginning of the year, shows that the Meriaura's turnover was 33 million euros and EBIT was 3.7 million. And the valuation of the ships they own is at 50 million euros, a bit more. So it's already a significant size and profitable business. This is a reminder for you. So this is what we have done, delivering large-scale solar thermal systems for district heating and industrial customers as turnkey delivery. This is the system in Issoudun, France. It produces heat, clean heat to poured malt for malt drying factory. This is so far the largest solar heating plant in France, and we have so far delivered more than 100,000 square meters of these to our district heating and industrial customers. Now more about Meriaura. So Meriaura has been founded a bit more than 35 years ago for supporting environmental NGOs, so non-governmental organization. It was that time more like a hobby, but it has become a serious and successful business since. Anyhow, since the starting point was environmental protection, that value has driven the development of the company throughout its whole history. And it has been, and it still is, and will be in the front line of developing sustainable shipping. So environmental friendly marine logistics company with strong orientation to development, innovation, and ambition to make difference in the shipping field. And I would say, based on the half-year experience I have, they also have the capability to execute the development ideas. I would say tomorrow we. So this is Meriaura in one slide. So currently they operate 14 vessels, of which they own. And last year turnover was 56 million euros. And just to remind the pro forma calculation already, half year this year was 33 million euros turnover. Meriaura operates in two different business or main segments. Bulk, which means basically dry bulk materials like biofuels, so wooden chips or such things for district heating plants, or materials in the food chain, grain, fertilizers, etc. And the second segment is special transportation projects, so demanding heavy cargoes like wind turbine blades or nacelles of what is the frame tubes, or sub-assemblies to cranes or ships. Meriaura operates mainly on the Baltic Sea and North Sea area. And it has a long experience working in the Northern European conditions with the vessels and equipment that has been built to work at those conditions. And this, together with the low carbon sea transport approach, is giving Meriaura a competitive edge, which has enabled it to succeed over the years and over the cycles. Meriaura's target is all the time develop more environmentally friendly shipping, and it can be basically divided in three different areas. One is that it has and it will develop its own innovative ship concepts and ships. Just recently, a few months ago, they announced that they have started the development of a cargo vessel which will run with the green ammonia. They will do it together with Wärtsilä and Green North H2 Energy. Meriaura is all the time looking for different ways to work and solutions, how to reduce their own emissions in the sea transportation, which is seen in their daily operations in many different ways. And additionally, Meriaura is a pioneer of biofuels at sea, of which I have the next slide. So one part of the transaction is VG Ecofuel, a subsidiary to Meriaura, which develops and produces biofuels from fully recycled raw materials and industrial waste byproducts. This biofuel, trademark VG Marine Ecofuel, can be used in ship engines as a alone fuel or mixed with diesel. And since it's fully from recycled bio-based materials, its greenhouse gas emission impact is significantly lower than fossil fuels. With this company and operation, Savosolar receives also a substantial know-how regarding biofuels, and that know-how can be used also elsewhere where some kind of fuel is needed, just like in heating. As already said, we have made a pro forma, and this is also in our company description, that pro forma statement in January, June this year. And if we look this, that you can see that the turnover of the combined company would have been more than 35 million euros, and the whole company would have been profitable. So basically the company, Marine Logistics is providing positive cash flows from the business they are operating. this is how the top management of the company is going to look. So the board members on the left side, so Kirsi Suopelto, who has been advising Meriaura in this transaction, will become our chairperson. And Eero Auranne, our current chairman, will continue in the board as a vice chairperson. And naturally, Mr. Jussi Mälkiä will be one of the new board members. On the right side, you see the management. So Bengt-Erik Rosin, who is the managing director of Meriaura, our CFO Heikki Timonen, and I will form the executive management team of the company in the beginning of the operations. And by the way, Bengt-Erik is svenskspråkig, so next time I will bring him with me. So. The foundation of the strategy of the combined company is to accelerate the green transition of our customers. So in marine logistics, the marine logistics will offer competitive and environmentally sustainable sea transport services. Its main targets are long-term profitable growth and increasing market share. And to increase market share in sea transportation means that you have to add capacity. And how we plan to add the capacity is through different types of partnerships and then investing in new low-carbon vessels. By these actions, marine logistics will create steady cash flows, which will complement and create opportunities for the fast-growing renewable energy segment. And growth in the renewable energy segment means first stronger growth in current business segments, so solar thermal, large-scale solar thermal businesses, taking care of the technology leadership. At the same time, it gives us an opportunity to expand, integrate some other different clean energy sources, renewable energy sources to our system deliveries, and maybe even participate in energy selling. Renewable energy geographical focus will be in Central Europe or continental Europe mainly, and we can still naturally participate in large strategic initiatives or projects outside Europe. By doing this, the company's target is to add significant shareholder value and then to take the company to the main list of the stock exchange in the near future, or let's say in the future. And this is what has happened and is going to happen. So we signed this conditional share exchange agreement in end of August. The company description to Nasdaq and for shareholders was published on 18th of November and last Friday, so 25th of November, our extraordinary general meeting was decided on the execution of this combination or transaction. And tomorrow is now planned to make the closing. So, and it looks very probable it will happen tomorrow. So. And after that, after a few days, I don't know exactly yet the shares will be listed also on the First North Growth Market, Stockholm and Helsinki. So I would say that we are now doing something, or about to start something extraordinary here. So we are combining two companies which both are known in the industry to be among the most innovative companies. Now we both have a long experience on their own industry field, and now being listed in First North, and together we have all the tools, means and will to execute the ideas to solid business and growth. Thank you.
Thank you, Jari. Exciting times. And you had some busy days, weeks and months, and you're still in them, right? How much sleep on average every night the last few
Well, it depends on other things also, but
Yeah.
yes, there has been rather busy, and it's in a way, I have to say that I got a call 4th of February from Kirsi.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in talk about this type of thing? I said, where are the synergies? And after 2 months, I was keen. Yeah, we see them now. Yeah, so then it started. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, how much has this changed the perspective of if you would look at Savosolar in 5 years? I mean, is it a completely different future that we're looking at now after this merger?
Well, we have had this same future in our mind already earlier. I have said in these occasions and also that everywhere that to be able to compete and meet the customer needs, we have to have, in a way, another stronger shoulders to meet the target we have set to ourselves, and we see what is needed. And now I think that future we have seen is going to be closer in the future than it was. But of course, there will be also other things now packed in the same package, of course, marine logistics, but also in the renewable energy side, I believe that there will be, with biofuel and maybe some other things, will be included in here.
Mm. And being an investor in this room, or actually on the webcam at home, why is this a really good time to invest in you?
I think that it's about what I said in the last, and I have been thinking this a lot, and I see that we are really starting something special here. And as I said, that the first reaction of me and Heikki, our CFO, was, okay, let's go and talk. But when we met Jussi and the advisors first time, we saw that we have the same passion to change the world and improve things and do the green things, whatever it means. But still, it is something that Jussi has been doing a lot of things other than Meriaura, bio gas and biodiesel and waste and whatever. He has a lot of companies. He's working in Africa and France and places. So we saw immediately that there is something potential together. So it's I think this is now the good opportunity to come along.
Yeah, he sounds like a man of possibilities. We also have a question from the audience. How will you put the cash flow from Meriaura to work?
The financial strength, I would say that there are different ways. One thing, of course, is that we would be more credible supplier to different type of, let's say, municipality-owned district heating companies, for example, in Germany, as example. And we would be able to find easier bank guarantees, project financing. It's not only the cash flow, it's also the backbone, the balance sheet and the equity situation, everything. And of course, we have said it publicly also that the intention is grow, both organically, and we also look opportunities for M&A. So it's not only that we will grow in renewable energy, but we believe that renewable energy will grow faster than marine logistics in the future.
And you said that Meriaura is profitable today, right? But Savosolar hasn't been up until now.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Correct.
Will this bring the unity, the entity, to profitability now, or you said you want to do a lot of development? So.
Well, I think that as we saw from the pro forma calculation, already first half year we would have been, the whole combined company would be profitable, and I believe that the pressure for that from a big owner will be high, that we will become sooner than later profitable altogether. But at the moment it looks like that the Meriaura business is good at this, providing cash, and we can develop things and build up. But of course we know that now we have the golden opportunity to really turn this company also to be profitable.
Also, I mean, we have an extreme energy situation, energy lack situation in Europe. How does this affect your business?
The demand for, or interest and demand for renewable energy and clean heat is higher than ever. There's a lot of calculation ongoing everywhere in the world, also in Europe, especially in Europe. And at the same time, if we think about district heating companies in Europe, they worst or the most important thing they are considering now, how we survive this winter. We can't do any other decision than the next few weeks or 2 months. So it's postponing the things. So anyhow, there are some companies and also industries are now coming more active because they can do faster decisions on that. But so it's both positive and a bit negative because of the Ukrainian war and the energy crisis that we are, or turmoil we are facing at this moment.
And then we also have raw material prices going up, lack of components and so on. How does that affect you?
So far we have been able to get the components and materials. It has been more difficult than earlier. The prices have been going up. Anyhow, the prices have not been going up as much as the energy prices have been going up. So the customers are anyhow winning in this case.
And what can you do to buffer for, I mean, all these dilemmas around us, the volatility and everything? How much can you affect on your own of your situation and risks?
One thing we can do and are doing, not in a big scale, but to us important is that we are helping some of the customers to develop their own systems. So we start from the early stage. It has taken years, but when we come to the end, then we already are there. So we are able to sort of build the future together with them and convince them with the different calculations and scenarios and everything that this can be done, and that's what we can do. And now with the new combined entity, I believe that, as I said, that one option is to somehow participate in the energy selling business. I don't think that we will start to sell energy, compete with Fortum or Vattenfall, but somehow we can be there and help the customers to make the decisions in the right time.
And looking at we don't have much time left, but I want to ask you on the Savosolar side, what is the most, except for this merger, what is the most positive agreement you've made this year? Or yeah.
Oh yeah, so we made the, as I showed, we have the largest solar thermal plant in France is Stora. And now we are just about to start the largest solar thermal field in France, again in Verdun.
You're breaking your own record again and again.
Yeah, we are doing the same. So that was the most positive thing for this year, to get the order. And it's also something that we have received a big feedback from the customer that he says this is extremely well executed project. So in that sense, I think that is the most important positive news, in addition to this merger and yeah.
Good job. A happy customer is the best way of selling it to even more customers.
Yes.
Yeah. So good luck on this journey. We're looking forward to hearing from you again. Jari, thank you so much.
Thank you.